What's up? It's me again. It's been a few days, maybe like a week since I last talked. Figured I'd, talk about some things that have happened in my life. So, like, you know, not much is different. Still in the same place, though I'm having fun, like, messing around with my hairstyle and how I can change it and the looks I can get. Also, like, ended up rediscovering this lovely garment. I picked it out of a box of, like, stuff that a roommate at a rooming house a while back was, like, giving away for free, and I put it on and it didn't fit, and I was like, well, I'm keeping it anyway because it might look good open. Or, haha, one day I might lose enough weight to wear it. Ha, me happily sitting at 220 like a year ago. Now I'm at 185. I actually fit it, and comfortably too. It's not even tight. So, like, it was a wise choice. Same with the only skinny jeans I have. The only pants I can wear without a belt and without at least like 2-3 inches of extra fabric. It was from an old roommate who had left their who had ended up leaving their pants behind, and we ended up taking them. And it was like, these don't fit me. I couldn't even get them past like above my knee. But I figured I'd feel bad throwing them away, especially if I ended up losing weight and being that size. So I kept it all this time, and now they fit. So like, I've got something. As can be seen near the tips of my hair and like on the surface and stuff, the blue's beginning to really show through now after a couple of washes, which is really nice because, I'm liking the color. Thinking of like body mod like ideas and options for the coming months. I was thinking of getting the ear piercings I've been wanting to for a while, but then I realized it's winter and I'd be wanting to get an industrial through this ear, which has no hair going over it to protect it, and even if I put it that way, it's not long enough. So I'm gonna save that one until after like toques and hoods are necessary, and then I'll get that one done. So I'm thinking maybe like a vertical lip piercing or something, because that's something I've wanted for a while. On the housing front, I think I'm making progress. I've had two places, not work out. One because they just didn't want me, the other because they wouldn't be able to fill out the rent form I need to receive rent money. So my income is halved right now. I'm on disability, which helps, but, I'm still living on like just less than like $500 a month now, I think, at this rate. Yeah, definitely less than 500. Which, you think, oh, well, that's enough to live on. Think groceries and food. And, transport, because I'm traveling everywhere to viewings and junk, as well as just, managing to survive and, like, setting things up and buying what you need, establishing, new household things. It really eats up money and it doesn't last very long, and that's spaced out in two payments. And it sucks. But it's gonna be okay. It seems like I'm gonna be able to pick up a person's lease at a rooming house. I've met almost everyone there. Everyone wants to meet me before okaying it, but I've got one person left to meet tomorrow. And I'm thinking it might go well because everyone else was like chill with me. It doesn't feel like our energies really like mesh the most, but at the same time, it's healthy to be put outside of your comfort zone in terms of necessity, because that would necessitate me getting along with and being amicable with people I'm not used to engaging with on a regular basis, which could be a very healthy direction of growth. And it would force me to learn how to act like a responsible adult consistently, which is a useful skill to learn, and I still suck at. I'm able to admit it. I suck at a lot of things associated with being responsible. And, I've made a lot of mistakes in terms with that. So if I can force myself to get better on those fronts and, begin to cover my weaknesses, then I'll only gain in the end. And I get a place to stay, which is nice. And it seems like I might be able to be, gain some flexibility with when the damage deposit needs to be paid, which is great. Because my bank fees were almost $40 this month, eating up the last of the money I had held on to so that my middle month check could afford my damage deposit, not even taking into account food and junk, because I had no idea how things were going to go any day, any given day. Everything changed so frequently. I had no idea where I was going. I had no idea where I'd end up. I didn't know what I'd need going into the future. Plans would be made, pretty much concrete, and then changed after I'd already behaved according to it. So, it makes things a bit tough to roll with, but I'm rolling with it. I'm rolling with everything that's coming at me now. And, I'm doing my best. The friend I've been staying with has been really helpful and really kind to me this last few weeks. Like, I'll mention some things to her that are bugging me because we just, we talk a lot. It's not like, one of us is constantly dumping on the other. It's more mutual dumping sort of thing where it's like, if she inquires to what's bothering me, I'll tell her about it. Or if she's stressed, I'll ask what's going on. Lay it on me and she'll dump on me what's bothering her. And it's been beneficial in both directions. Like, she's making some decisions that are really going to improve her mental well-being going forward. And she's really helped me remain strong and see the value in giving a fuck about myself, in a time where self-loathing's really having an easy time getting back into my typical thought processes. So, and like, yesterday I was talking to her and I found out that this guy that I'd met and like gotten together and had a really nice time with on like Tinder and stuff, turned out some dealio with his roommate meant he couldn't talk to me anymore or see me again. And that was really rough because I had been really hopeful, like, yay, good, positive human connection that both of us genuinely enjoy. This might be a good thing I get to have going forward. And, so let down. But, I've got my friends being there for me. And she told me that she thinks I'm handling, like, the whole situation, like how my ex and ex-roommates are, like, handling things. And I'm taking it all pretty well within, like, in stride and, like, with grace. And she thinks that I'm, like, I have been trying to, like, not act like I'm the victim here. Because in situations like this, there really are no victims. Everyone's hurt by it. And, like, if anything, I'm a perpetrator in the situation because I really stirred up some real shit. But, she made a few points in that, if it were her in my situation, she would not be nearly as patient as I'm being and just be as okay with it. Because at this point, I'm just resigning myself to acceptance to the best of my ability when it comes to the things that are really stressful and frustrating to me. Because it's my anger, my expectations won't change anything. If anything, it'll make it worse. So I've just got to play it smart, play it cool, and do my goddamn best every day to make things better in any way that I can. And sometimes that's just biting your teeth, like biting your tongue and just being like, okay, this is how it's going. Okay. And just go with it. Just go with what you have rather than resenting what you don't. But it's nice to have friends that when I tell them what's going on, they get mad for me. Because it's like, even though I feel like I have no right to be angry on my own behalf, the fact that they're like, that's unfair. That's really hard. You're not being like, you're screwed over right now. And it's like, yeah, the situation is screwing me over. Thank you. Like, and I'll like propose to them like the thoughts I used to soothe myself. And they're like, that's still really frustrating. And I'm like, it is. It really is. Thank you. Because, like, it's good to have that. Like, as much as it's good to, like, have the fire inside yourself to fight for yourself, it's also good to have people that will, like, be ready to defend you, even to yourself. And it really just helps stabilize in, like, in regards to emotional states. Because, like, it's hard to feel bad for myself. And I don't want to. But knowing that I'm cared about and knowing that I'm supported, even like knowing the shit that I've done and I've been honest about the mistakes that I've made and having them still think me worth defending, worth better than what life's handing to me. It's been, I've been counting on it. Sometimes you can't do it for yourself, but seeing others willing to do it for you can make it easier. Even if it's just knowing that I'm not alone. I've been listening more to more of those audiobooks. Now I just finished Changes in the Dresden Files series. I'm going to take a little time before rushing to Ghost Story because like I have a general idea of what happens, roughly, just as I did this book going in, but it was a lot. And I realized I only have 3 more books to carry me until the release in the next book at the end of the year, maybe. Maybe! After 4 years, I don't deny a longer delay could happen. So I want to stretch out my enjoyment a little bit more. Although I'm excited to know that One Punch Man is like premiering like less than a month from now. That's so exciting. Although it's probably going to be a bit of a pain to find free streams of it online for a while. I'm just looking at my laptop longingly like, why? Because I want it now. It's been 3 years. But yeah, that's new with my life. that's what's new with my life, I guess. I've got some receipts to run into EIA and some stuff to scan and send out, but like, I'm managing. I'm really stabilizing, and I'm getting on top of my shit. And that's all you have to do as an adult, a responsible adult. You just have to keep on top of your obligations, and I'm doing it. So, you know, wish me luck, and I hope things fall through for me. I mean, no, fall into place.